I got my computer fixed. Now, I had done a fundraiser. I had started on what's today? The day after, not, it was yesterday, the day before, and I've been having issues with my computer. The computer was like booting up sometimes, and then it would like the screen would turn blue and it wouldn't work. So then I would like take the battery out and I would put it back, and the battery was kind of bad too. So, so there were a few issues. Well, anyways, to make a long story short, um, I was thinking of getting a new computer, right? But computers are pretty expensive, and I had done I had a goal of at least $400 to get something decent. But anyway, the fundraiser was going a little bit slow, and I said, you know what, let me call a friend. It's a friend of mine who does computer stuff, and let me run it by him. Maybe he offer an option. When I told him, he said, I know exactly what that is. And he said, what model is it? So I told him the model of the computer, and he said, from what you're describing, the hard drive sounds like it's going bad. You know, and I said, and that really worried me because I have a lot of files of products that I have from customers. So I'm like, oh shit, this is worse than what I thought, you know. So anyway, he happened to have an old computer in his in his shop that had a new hard drive, and it had the battery. And I'm like, oh shit, you got the battery too, right? So yeah, I told him, mine is bad, and he said, all right, well, look, let's check this out. He came over, and he charged me $100 for everything, right? Now the thing is, I I had received a couple of donations, but I was still short. So anyway, he was fixing it, and I had $75, right? And I had told him, I said, well, look, I got 75. I could give you the money like later on. And like, I don't like doing stuff like that, because I like when somebody comes to do a job. um I like to pay them what they're doing, especially when you're saving my ass. So anyway, he brought his computer. He had like a little machine, like a little thing there, and what he did, it was like he made like a copy of my hard drive, and then he copied my hard drive to the new hard drive, and I put it on the computer, right? So now basically the computer has like everything the same, everything the same. It has a new battery. It turns on. It's working fine. And the only thing, which is not even an issue, and look, I'm turning it on right now. All right, just turn it on right now. Okay, the only thing that is gonna be like a little bit burdensome is like certain programs that I have. They have like these activation keys, and they got I don't know, they got like deactivated. It's like an authorization. So I have to go back and get the authorization codes and stuff and activate a couple of the programs. But in terms of like all my files and stuff of projects that I have, I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose nothing. So there it is. Got it all set up. Really nice. All right, there it is. Let's see. Let's just do this thing. All right. Yeah. So what was happening was when I would turn it on, I'd have to turn it on and off like 3 or 4 times because the screen would stay blue. And he was telling me that the hard drive was bad, was going bad. He said that I called him at the right time, because if the a hard drive would have gone totally bad, then I wouldn't be able to recover my file, which was really my concern, because I got like I think like 2 songs that I'm producing that are like practically done. You know, as you can see, guys, look at how beautiful. Everything is perfect. Everything is back to normal. All right. Everything is back to normal. Looking really nice, you know. So, and I mean, this should buy me some time, until I am able to get like like a computer that is like more actualized, like let's say like a i7 or i5, but this one's really good, man. It's really good, and I'm happy. So I actually I didn't need to go through the completion entirely of the fundraiser because I was able to resolve the issue. This, I'm really excited. I want to thank all the people who chipped in and helped out, and I was especially my friend Freddie, because I was short and I'm like, damn. And I saw Freddie online and I said, hey, Freddie, look, I got an issue, man. I'm short a couple bucks. And he spotted me what the remainder of what I needed to get it fixed. So it's working. It's working really good. Um, it's got a new battery. So right now, look, I have the studio off. Everybody knows that I live off of solar, so I don't have my inverters on. But if you can tell, brand new battery. I don't know if you can see it there. There you go, brand new battery at 100%. Perfect, perfect. So mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. I was all right. So yeah, let me turn it off. Yeah, it was just giving so many issues, and it was lagging. And I had done, like, I think it was last week, I had done a clean out, and I defragmented it, and I ran it through something called Panda, something Cloud Panda, to clean it out, and it was still just giving me trouble. Um, and I think like 3 or 4 days ago, it did something that really really messed me up. Like, none of the programs were working. You know, Firefox wasn't opening, my programs weren't opening, and then it kind of like froze and wasn't doing anything. So thank God I had at that moment I remembered about the restore points. So I went back and I restored the computer to a previous date when it was working. So that worked. But then after I did that, it worked like a couple of days, and then there it is, Freddie. So Freddie, thank you, man. I was just talking about you. So yeah, I'm mentioning here about the computer, and but anyways, so it's working, man. It's working. It's working fine. Like in the future, then I want to get another computer, but right now, I'm just happy because this is my work tool. And the good thing is it's got a new battery now, so I can if I'm like gonna send somebody a file that they need, I don't have to go and turn on the entire studio. I can just turn on the laptop and send them the file, and then so yeah, man, I'm just excited. I'm happy. I'm really, I just feel blessed when things work out. Freddie says you need to get an external hard drive, 5 terabytes, and save or have your computer back up in it. Well, yeah, I have because I have external hard drives for files, but the problem is that certain files or like for example, like the programs, like he copied everything from my old um hard drive to the new one. He copied it, but what doesn't get copied is like the authorizations. So now I'm not going to do that tonight, but probably tomorrow I'm going to sit there maybe an hour or two and try to authorize the programs again. So that might take me a while. That's a little bit tedious sometimes, especially one of the programs that I have on the Latin percussion one. That one's usually the one that gives me a lot of trouble to like reactivate it, because then it usually like doesn't want to recognize the files and stuff, the like the program files. I don't know why. It's always done that ever since I got it. But man, I've been just so worried, man. I've been so worried. Right now, I have a group called Mambo Ardiente, and I'm doing their production. And their album is done, but I still gotta finish like a couple. I have to finish the mix, and I have to fix the voice that they're gonna re-record the voice on a couple of songs. So what happens is when the computer's messed up, and I'm thinking, God, this is gonna be an issue. I don't want to lose these files of this project that I did because these guys are about to release the album, and then it's like, even though I have some saved files, like the I have the main files saved, but I do a lot of like going back to it. So like if they send me their vocals, right, and I edit it and then I send it back and they didn't like the vocal, then they'll re-record the vocal, they'll send me a new vocal. But what I'll have saved in my hard drive is the previous version. So sometimes it gets a little difficult to manage, every single thing like on external hard drive. So a lot of times I just, like the last project I'm working on, I'll leave it on there. I'm probably sounding a little confusing, but I understand what I'm saying. So okay. Freddie says when you set your computer to backup, it does it on schedule and it backs up everything. Okay, well, yeah, I need to check that because I mean I have some external hard drives, but they don't have that function. It's more those are more like drag and drop. You know, man, Freddie, thank you, man. Man, I appreciate your help. Cause now I don't, it's like now I don't have to worry. It's like, oh man, I owe this guy money. So and I actually got a really good deal, because he fixed that. He installed something called Tune Up Utilities, and he ran it, and he told me anytime you have a problem, just use this one, and to clean out things. And he said, if anything happens, just call him and he'll come and fix it. So yeah, man. It's stressful. It's stressful because you don't anticipate these things. I mean, in this case, yeah, I did anticipate it because it's been kind of going on for a while. But I wasn't really thinking of fixing this computer. I was thinking of getting a new one. But in the meantime, this holds me out, for a while so that I can get the new computer. But it gives me time, and at least I can finish my fulfill my the projects that I owe people. You know, but yeah, man, I was stressing. I've been stressing about this all day, and I'm like, man, I gotta get the money. I gotta get the money to fix this thing. And I got a couple of donations, and then one of my customers had given me a few bucks, so I added that onto the thing, and I was still short. I'm like, damn, everything's so freaking expensive, you know. But I got a good deal, so I didn't expect the battery. So honestly, if you really come to think about it, I got this for free. I got the battery for free. Usually batteries run like $70. But yeah, man, I feel like I could breathe now. Feel like I can breathe. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an update on what happened. So, you know, we're gonna keep, working on that now, little by little. Freddie says a hard drive lasts about 5 years if you're lucky, but you use it so much, 2 years. Freddie, I bought this computer. Okay, let me tell you, I bought this one um during Hurricane Maria. I mean, well, not. I mean, the power I think had come back during that time. So it's been what was that? 2016, 98, 20. It's been about 5 6 years. I mean, this is old, and I use this every single day, and I edit videos, and I edit this, and I do. I use it so much, and it still works. I mean, and I take care of. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it still looks new, but it's. I mean, it's an old computer. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me see. Turn on this little light here. I don't know if you can see too well. Hold on, it's kind of dark in here. I'll be right back. Let me get my little studio lamp. Freebird says, I wonder how many people how many people? Hold on, I can't see. I wonder how many people are really watching you. They hide your numbers bad. Yeah, they do big time. They really hide my numbers. They, you know. But check this out. This is my laptop. All right. I'll put a light on it so you can see it. And I take really good care of it. And it's old. Let me tell you, this is an old laptop. You know, this is an i3. You know, and it's and I mean I did add some more RAM to it. So I did upgrade it. So it is, it's not bad. It's pretty fast. But I know that it's old. And editing a lot of video takes a toll, like on the processor. But that's what happens, guys. Oh man, Freddie, you have no idea how much a power tower. What do you mean? What do you mean by a power tower? You mean like a regular, like a home computer? Do you mean, or what do you mean by power tower? You know, this is my studio, guys. If y'all haven't seen it, all right. Yeah, yeah. The problem is, Freddie, that at the moment a I can't have a tower because they draw too much energy. Remember, I'm totally off grid, so like the computer that I have has to, can't waste that much power, and that, that's what happens. But I would like a tower. I mean, right now, honestly, now that I really come to think of it, I mean, I have enough solar to run the tower, but the problem is at night, since there's no sun generating, Freddie said there are two W. I don't know what that means, but you know, but with a laptop, the thing is, it's a little lighter. It's easier, but a tower is definitely more bang for your buck. You get, it's a stronger thing. You can upgrade it more. You could get it. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I just have to. If I get a tower, I'm really gonna have to look at the wattage. You know, because sometimes like there are days that are like low sun, and I get away with a lot of stuff because I'm running everything off the laptop. But a tower is gonna require, a little more pep. And then the problem, it's not actually, it isn't a problem. 'Cause I was thinking of power outages, but I don't get power outages. You know, like with a laptop, if you're working on a laptop and if you're on the grid power, the power would go out and your laptop would stay on. You'd be able to save your stuff. With a tower, unless you got a battery backup, and that would happen to me in the past. I used to have a tower, and the power would go out. Man, I'd be cussing up a storm. Damn! Oh, I didn't save it. I've lost projects. I remember one time there was a pastor, and I had done his entire album, and the album was done. So then, about a week later, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna do the video for you, the music video." We went and filmed all the footage and stuff. I put it in the computer, and we were working on it. Power went out. I lost everything. So Freebird says they hide his numbers all the time, Freddie, to try to detour people from watching It's a Mind Game with YouTube. Freebird, I actually I hung up my gloves with this whole um with this whole YouTube censorship stuff because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Even when I upload videos, I get 2 or 3 views. You know what I'm saying? Monetization of my videos used to generate some income. Now it's like hardly nothing. So that's why I'm like, whatever, man. Some people don't like it. That I be posting my PayPal link, but hey, I post a PayPal link if I need some help, and people help me. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. But yeah, man. But that's what's going on. So So tomorrow, I'm planning on waking up really early, so I can activate them programs. It's tedious. I hate activating them, but it sure beats better than um than losing all my files. So, anyways, Freddie, you said you see only one person connect. I see two. It says two right on here. Freebird says, but you really get more views than that. In my family alone, you get four. It's a shame you have so much. Thank you, Freebird. I appreciate that. You know, the thing, the thing with this is, I mean, they're not only doing this to me on YouTube. This across all the platforms. Um, they have messed everything up for me. But that's what you get for being a conservative. They know that I've done a lot of stuff. I could do documentaries, I could do music, I could do commentaries, I could talk about religion. They don't like none of that. Everything I have to offer, they don't like it. So they want to destroy me. So they figured out that, that people, would like help my channel out. So then they limit my channel, you know. I mean, I don't know. I there's really nothing I can do about that, you know. So but we still keep pressing on and see what happens. But I'm just happy, man. I don't want to talk about nothing negative, man. I'm happy that I got my computer fixed. You know, I got my computer fixed. I can actually sleep tonight. Last night I was stressing over it. I'm like, damn, this computer's gonna go at any moment. You know, it's bad, man. When you depend on a tool and then you feel like at any moment it's just gonna be, and then you're gonna be shit out of luck. you know. So I really appreciate all the help. I really, really do. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Man, I've been on here 22 minutes already. But yeah, man, about the tower, yeah, Freddie, that's a great idea to get the tower. Just as long as it is as a tower doesn't pull more than 150 watts, I'm okay. But anything more than 150 watts is gonna be an issue for me. Because when I turn on, like if I have to turn on the studio at night, you know, it's all running straight off of the batteries. So when you turn on the studio, you know, everything else turns on. The other external hard drives and the cameras and everything in the studio that's already connected. And I'm not gonna be disconnecting everything. You know, and so when I turn on the studio to, like, for example, if I'm gonna send somebody a file or something at night, I mean, it's a lot of energy being sucked up. Half an hour, 1 hour, it's a lot of power coming out. So that's what I'm worried about. A laptop, it's kind of different, because the laptop, you could just leave everything off, and if like, for example, because it happens very often, like, for example, I'll do a mix, right, and I'll send it to a client, and then the client says, hey, Ruben, could you raise the voice just a little bit? And that requires me to go back and turn on everything in the studio. And I'm like, I mean, if it's during the day, I don't care because the sun is out. But at night, I'm like, oh God, you know what I mean? But with the laptop, I just turn the laptop on, and it's running off of this, just the battery, and I can do it. I could just send the person the file real quickly, and I don't have to go, waste my energy at night. But sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to do it. But I got a pretty robust solar system, so. But you always, even if you have a big solar system, you still, do whatever it is, excuse me, to retain power, to not waste power. Like, I have it all calculated, like I have certain fans that I use at a certain time, I have certain items that run 24/7, like my refrigerator, my freezer that has to run 24/7. My modem for my internet has to run 24/7. Lights, obviously, you need some lights. Um, TV, I don't really watch much TV. The programming here in Puerto Rico really sucks. So, I probably watch TV like in the morning when I wake up, just to see if there's any new news. But, I'm usually online. I find out all the news anyway with no commercials, you know. But, well, that's what's going on. It's, I wonder what time it is. I don't even know. But it's dark out. It's dark. So, I see three people on and I see two thumbs up. Freebird says, and that don't like and that don't okay. They don't like that. So intelligent people will listen. I love all your videos on the setting up of the batteries and solar. Oh, thanks, Freebird. Yeah, right now that's what I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here in front of my batteries. You know, I always show the batteries because people think that's gonna explode or something. It's not. you know, it's not gonna explode. Those are all the charge controllers. You know, I need to work on the aesthetics of my house, but it's just like when I built my solar system, I was thinking more practical. It's like I just come out of Hurricane Maria, and I was just thinking, I need this to work. I don't need it to look pretty. And as I was building it, I was focused on the usefulness of it, not the aesthetic. But now that everything's up and running, I have to go back and little by little, prettify everything. So hopefully, little by little, I'll maybe, planning on taking the batteries and put them in a place more discreet and making like a box for them, nice, good ventilated box, so, and it's just not, you don't want to just throw these batteries in a box. And, these batteries, they this type of battery, lead acid, um, when they're charging, they emit hydrogen, so it has to be well ventilated because it could explode if there's like a big spark near and there's hydrogen. I mean, where they're at right now, there's no problem. They're right next to a window. The house is always open. There's fans, so there really is no risk of like an explosion. But if I were to put them in a more in a different kind of place or in a box, the box has to be well ventilated. So it has to be done right. And in order to do things right, you need to have the money for it. You need to buy wood. Wood is really expensive right now. Everything is expensive. So, anyways, guys, I'm getting a lot of notifications here, so I'm gonna be leaving, but thanks for all the help, guys. I really appreciate the support, and I'll continue to do videos. If you guys have any subject or anything that you wish for me to, talk about on these podcasts, please let me know. You know, please let me know so that I could go on and address everybody. So, all right, take care, guys, and God bless. Peace.